right, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. And some of us are finished our Shabbat meal, and some of us are maybe still working on it. Depends on where you're at in the country and how close it is to sunset or past sunset. Perhaps even in the world, huh? This is broadcast all over the World Wide Web. Hallelujah. So let us thank our Father in heaven for all the good things that He's given us, not just our food, but our shelter, our clothing, everything. Blessed are you, Yahweh, our God, sovereign King of the universe. You nourish the whole world with grace, kindness, and compassion. You give bread to all flesh, for your mercy endures forever. And through your great goodness, we have never lacked, nor will we ever lack for food, shelter, clothing, all of them, even the monetary needs of every day. All of the needs of every day are met in you, our Heavenly Father. Yahweh Yireh, you are our provider. The great salvation you've provided us through Yeshua HaMashiach. And all this for the sake of your great name. For you alone are God. And you alone nourish and sustain all, and do good to all, and prepare food for all of your creatures which you have created. Blessed are you, Abba Yahweh. You nourish all. B'Shem Yeshua. Amen. Ta Yahweh. Shalom. Mianaya. Tuma. Miakafiyah. On. Meflechaya. Enu. Wiki. Lawatenu. Shitakalinu. Urtekha. Mitzvotaka. Bial. Tavi. Inu. Chet. Willow. Lede. Awah. Yavan. Nesyan. Willow. Lede. Bial. Tashlat. Banu Yatsar. Hara. B'Shem Yeshua. Amen. Blessed are you, our God, sovereign King of the universe. You remove sleep from mine eyes and slumber from my eyelids. May it be your will, Abba Yahweh, God of our fathers, to accustom us and attend commands your mitzvah. And do not lead us into the hands of sin, nor into the hands of pride or perversity, and not into the hands of temptation, nor into the hands of shame. And do not let any evil inclination rule over us. Of Yeshua. Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Yahweh. Shalom. Asher natan lanu et Derekcha Yeshua b'Mashiach Yeshua. Baruch Hu. Amen. Abba Yahweh, our God, sovereign King of the universe, you gave us the way of salvation. Yeshua. Blessed be He. Amen. Baruch Yahweh Yom Yom Ya'omas La'anu Ha'enu B'Shem Yeshua. Blessed be Yeshua. Barely carries our burdens. Our salvation. Yeshua. In the name of Yeshua. Amen. Blessed are you, our God, sovereign King of the universe. You've sanctified us with your commandments and commanded us to engage ourselves with the words of Torah. Yahweh, our God, sweeten the words of your Torah in our mouths and in the mouths of all your people Israel. May we and our offspring, the offspring of your people, the whole house of Israel, may we all together know your name, your Torah, fulfilling your desire. Blessed are you, Abba Yahuwah. You teach Torah to your people, your children Israel. Blessed are you, Abba Yahuwah, sovereign King of the universe, our God, Elohim. You chose us from among all the nations and gave us the Torah. Blessed are you, Abba Yahuwah, giver of the Torah of truth. Yavarechaka Adonai Yahuwah v'yashimirka Yair Adonai Yahuwah panav elecha v'chuneka Yahuwah panav elecha v'yasam lecha shalom. B'shem Yahshua, Amen. May Yahuwah bless you and keep watch over you. May Yahuwah make his presence to enlighten you, and may he be kind to you. May Yahuwah bestow favor upon you and grant you in the name of Yeshua. Amen. Yahuwah, send your Ruach HaKodesh, your spirit upon us. May you understand with wisdom, knowledge, and discernment. I behold wondrous and great things in your law, in your Torah, the Torah of truth. We pray this in Yeshua's name, Yeshua, Amen. Tonight's parasha and we will begin with our first reading from Numbers. It means take up. Our first reading is from Numbers chapter 4, verse 21 to 789. The Haftorah from Judges 13, verse 2 to 25. And reading from Brit Hadasha, John chapter 7, verse 53 to 8, verse 11. And chapter 11, verse 1 to 54. And the Acts chapter 21, verse 17 to 32. Our first reading, Numbers chapter 4, verse 21 to 7, verse 89. Yahweh spoke to Moses, saying, take a census of the sons of Gershon also, by their fathers' houses, and by their clans, from 30 years old up to 50 years old. You shall list them, all who can come to duty, and do service in the tent of meeting. This is the service of the clans of the Gershonites, in serving and bearing burdens. They shall carry the curtains of the tabernacle, and the tent of meeting with its covering, and the covering of goatskin that is on top of it, and the screen for the entrance of the tent of meeting, and the hangings of the court from the screen for the entrance of the gate of the court that is around the tabernacle and the altar, and their cords and the equipment for their service. And they shall do all that needs to be done with regard to them. All the service of the sons of the Gershonites shall be at the command of Aaron and his sons, in all that they are to carry, and in all that they have to do. And you shall assign to their charge all that they are to carry. This is the service of the clans of the sons of the Gershonites in the tent of meeting. And their guard duty is to be under the direction of Ithamar, the son of Aaron. As for the sons of Merari, them by their clans and their fathers' houses, from 30 years old up to 50 years old. You shall list them, everyone who can come on duty to do the service of the tent of meeting. And this is what they are charged to carry, as the whole of their service in the tent of meeting, tabernacle, with its bars, pillars, and bases, and the pillars around the court with their bases, pegs, and cords, with all of their equipment and all of their accessories. And you shall list by the name the objects that are required. That they are required to carry. This is the service of the clans of the sons of Merari, and the whole of their service in the tent of the meeting under the direction of Ithamar, the son of Aaron, the priest. And Moses and our congregation listed the sons of the Kohathites by their clans and their fathers' houses, from 30 years old up to 50 years old, everyone who could come on duty for the service of the tent of meetings. And those listed by clans were 2,750. This was the list of the clans of the Kohathites, all who serve in the tent of meeting, whom Moses and Aaron listed according to the commandment of Yahweh by Moses. Those listed of the sons of Gershon by their clans and by their fathers' houses, from 30 years old up to 50 years old, everyone who could come on duty for the service of the tent of meeting, those listed by their clans and their fathers' houses were 2,630. This was the list of the clans of the sons of Gershon, all who served in the tent of meeting, whom Moses and Aaron listed according to the commandment of Yahweh. Those listed of the clans of the sons of Merari by their clans and their fathers' houses, from 30 years up to 50 years old, everyone who could come on duty for the service of the tent of meeting, those listed by clans were 3,200. This was the list of the clans of the sons of Merari, whom Moses and Aaron listed according to the commandment of Yahweh by Moses. All those who were listed of the Levites, whom Moses and Aaron and the chiefs their clans and by their fathers' houses, from 30 years old up to 50 years old, everyone who could come to do the service of the ministry and the service of bearing the burdens of the tent of meeting, those listed were 8,580. According to the commandment of Yahweh through Moses, they were listed, each one with his own task of serving or carrying. Thus they were listed by him as Yahweh commanded Moses. Yahweh spoke to Moses, saying, command the people of Israel that they put out of the camp everyone who is leprous or has a discharge, and everyone who is unclean through contact with the dead. You shall put out both male and female, putting them outside of the camp, that they may not defile their camp in the midst which I dwell. And the people of Israel did so and put them outside of the camp. As Yahweh said to Moses, so the people of Israel did. And Yahweh said to Moses, spoke to Moses, saying, speak to the people of Israel. When a man or a woman commits any of the sins that the people commit by breaking faith with Yahweh, full restitution for his wrong, adding a fifth to it, giving it to him to whom he did the wrong. But if a man has no next of kin to whom restoration may be made for the wrong, the restitution for the wrong, Yahweh for the priest, in addition to the ram of atonement made for him, and every contribution, all of the holy donations of the people of Israel, which they bring to the priest, shall be his. Each one shall keep his holy donations, gives to the priest, shall be his. And Yahweh spoke to Moses, saying, speak to the people of Israel. If any man's wife go astray and breaks faith with him, if a man lies with her sexually, and it is hidden from the eyes of her husband, and she is undetected though she has defiled herself, and there is no witness against her, since she was not taken in the act. The spirit of jealousy comes over him, and he is jealous of his wife who has defiled herself. Or the spirit of jealousy comes over him, and he is jealous of his wife, though she has not defiled herself. Then the man shall bring his wife to the priest, and bring an offering, the offering required of her, a tenth of an ephah of barley flour. No oil on it, and put no frankincense on it. For it is a grain offering of jealousy, a grain offering of remembrance, bringing iniquity to remembrance. And the priest shall bring her near, and set her before Yahweh. And the priest shall take holy water in an earthen vessel, and take some of the dust that is on the floor of the tabernacle and put it into the water. And the priest shall set the woman before Yahweh and unbind the hair of the woman's head and place in her hands the grain offering of remembrance, which is the grain offering of jealousy. And in his hands the priest shall have the water of bitterness that brings the curse. And then the priest shall make her take an oath, saying, if no man has lain with you, and if you have not turned aside to uncleanliness while you are under your husband's authority, be free from this water of bitterness that brings the curse. But if you have gone astray, and though you are under your husband's authority, and if you have defiled yourself, and some man other than your husband has lain with you, then let the priest make the woman take the oath of the curse, and say to the woman, Yahweh make you a curse, and an oath among your people when Yahweh makes your thigh fall away from your body, swell, and may this water that brings the curse pass into your bowels, and make your womb swell, and your thigh fall away. And the woman shall say, Amen, Amen. Then the priest shall write these curses in a book and wash them off into the water of bitterness. And he shall make the woman drink the water of bitterness that brings the curse. And the water that brings the curse shall enter into her and cause bitter pain. And the priest shall take the grain offering of jealousy out of the woman's hand and shall wave the grain offering before Yahweh and bring it to the altar. And the priest shall take a handful of the grain offering as its memorial portion and burn it on the altar, and afterwards shall make the woman drink the water. And when he has made her drink the water, then, if she has defiled herself and has broken faith with her husband, the water that brings the curse shall enter into her and cause bitter pain. And her womb shall swell, and her thigh shall fall away. And the woman shall become a curse among her people. But if the woman has not defiled herself and is clean, then she shall be free and shall conceive children. This is the law in cases of jealousy when a wife, though under her husband's authority, goes astray and defiles herself, or when the spirit of jealousy comes over a man and he is jealous of his wife. Then he shall set the woman before Yahweh, and the priest shall carry out for her all of this law. The man shall be free from iniquity, but the woman shall bear her iniquity. Yahweh spoke to Moses, speak unto the people of Israel, and say to them, when either a man or a woman makes a special vow, the vow of a Nazarite, to separate himself to Yahweh, he shall separate himself from wine and strong drink. He shall drink no vinegar made from wine or strong drink, and shall not drink any juice of grapes or even eat grapes, fresh or dried. All the days of his separation he shall eat nothing that is produced by the grapevine, not even the seeds or the skins. All the days of his vow of separation no razor shall touch his head until the time is completed for which he separates himself to Yahweh. He shall be holy. He shall let the locks of his hair, of his head, grow long. All the days that he separates himself to Yahweh, he shall not go near a dead body, not even for his father or for his mother, for his brother or sister. If they die, he shall make himself unclean because of his separation to Elohim is on his head. All the days of his separation, he is holy to Yahweh. If any man dies very suddenly beside him, and he defiles his consecrated head, then he shall shave his head on the day of his cleansing. On the 7th day he shall shave it. On the 8th day he shall bring 2 turtle doves or 2 pigeons to the priest at the entrance of the tent of meeting. And the priest shall offer one for a sin offering, and the other for a burnt offering, and make atonement for him, because he sinned by reason of the dead body. And he shall consecrate his head that same day, and separate himself to Yahweh for the days of his separation, and bring a male lamb a year old for a guilt offering. But the previous period shall be void, because his separation was defiled. And this is the law for a Nazarite. When the time of his separation has been completed, he shall be brought to the entrance of the tent of meeting, and he shall bring his gift to Yahweh, one male lamb, a year old, without blemish, for a burnt offering, and one ewe old without blemish as a sin offering, and one ram without blemish as a peace offering, and a basket of unleavened bread, loaves of fine flour mixed with oil, and unleavened wafers smeared with oil, and their grain offering and their drink offerings. And the priest shall bring them before Yahweh, and offer his sin offering and his burnt offering, and he shall offer the ram as a sacrifice of with the basket of unleavened bread. The priest shall also offer its grain offering and its drink offering, shave his consecrated head at the entrance of the tent of meeting, and shall take the hair from his consecrated head and put it on the fire that is under the sacrifice of the peace offering. And the priest shall take the shoulder of the ram when it is boiled, and one unleavened loaf out of the basket, and one unleavened wafer, put them into the hands of the Nazarite, hair of his consecration. And the priest shall wave them for a wave offering before Yahweh. They are a holy portion for the priest, together with the breast that is waved, and the thigh that is contributed. And after that the Nazarite may drink wine. This is the law of the Nazarite. But if he vows an offering to Yahweh above his Nazarite vow, as he can afford, in exact accordance with the vow that he takes, then he shall do, in addition to the law of the Nazarite. And Yahweh spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to Aaron and his sons, saying, the people of Israel, you shall say to them, Yahweh bless you and keep you. Yahweh make his face to shine upon you and be gracious to you. Yahweh lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. So shall they put my name upon the people of Israel, and I will bless them. On the day when Moses had finished setting up the tabernacle, and had anointed and consecrated it with all its furnishings, and had anointed and consecrated the altar with all of its utensils, the chiefs of Israel and the heads of their fathers' houses, who were the chiefs of the tribes, who were over those who were listed, approached, and brought their offerings before Yahweh, 6 wagons and 12 oxen, a wagon for every 2 of the chiefs, and each one an ox. And they brought them before the tabernacle, and Yahweh said to Moses, Accept these from them, that they may be used in the service of the tent of meeting, and give them to the Levites, to each man according to his service. So Moses took the wagons and the oxen and gave them to the Levites. 2 wagons and 4 oxen he gave to the sons of Gershon, according to their service. And 4 wagons and 8 oxen he gave to the sons of Merari, according to their service, under the direction of Ithamar, the son of Aaron, the priest. But to the sons of Kohath he gave none, because they were charged with the service of the holy things that had to be carried on the shoulder. And the chiefs offered offerings for the dedication of the altar on the day that it was anointed. And the chiefs offered offerings before the altar. And Yahweh said to Moses, They shall offer their offerings, each chief each day, for the dedication of the altar. He who offered his offering on the first day was Nahshon, the son of Amminadab, of the tribe of Judah. And his offering was 1 silver plate, 30 shekels, 1 silver basin of 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them full of fine flour mixed with oil for a grain offering. A dish of 10 shekels full of incense, 1 bull from the herd, 1 ram, 1 male lamb, a year old, for a burnt offering, 1 male goat for a sin offering, and for the sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, 5 male lambs, a year old. This was the offering of Nahshon, the son of Amminadab. On the second day, Nathaniel, the son of Zuar, the chief of Issachar, made an offering, and he offered for his offering 1 silver plate, whose weight was 130 shekels, 1 silver basin of 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them full of fine mixed flour with oil for a grain offering, 10 shekels full of incense, 1 bull from the herd, 1 ram, 1 male lamb, a year old, for a burnt offering, 1 male goat for a sin offering, and for the sacrifice of peace offerings, rams, 5 male goats, 5 male lambs, a year old. This was the offering of Nathanael, the son of Zuar. Eliab, the son of Elon, the chief of the people of Zebulun, his offering was 1 silver plate whose weight was 130 shekels, 1 silver basin of 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them full of fine flour mixed with oil for a grain offering, 1 golden dish of 10 shekels, full of incense, 1 bull from the herd, 1 ram, 1 male lamb, a year old, for a burnt offering, 1 male goat for a sin offering, and for the sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, 5 male lambs, a year old. This was the offering of Eliab, son of Helon. On the 4th day, Elizur, the son of Sheduar, the chief of the people of Reuben, his offering was 1 silver plate whose weight was 130 shekels, 1 silver basin of 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them full of fine flour mixed with oil for a grain offering, 1 golden dish of 10 shekels full of incense, 1 bull from the herd, 1 ram, 1 male lamb, a year old, for a burnt offering, 1 male goat for a sin offering, and for the sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs, a year old. This was the offering of Elizur, son of Sheduar. On the 5th day, Shelumiel, the son of Zurishaddai, the chief of the people of Simeon, his offering was 1 silver plate whose weight was 130 shekels, 1 silver basin of 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them full of fine flour mixed with oil for a grain offering, 1 golden dish of 10 shekels, full of incense, 1 bull from the herd, 1 ram, 1 male lamb, a year old, 1 male goat for a sin offering, and for the sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs, a year old. This was the offering of Shelumiel, the son of Zurishaddai. On the 6th day, Eliasaph, the son of Duel, the chief of the people of Gad, his offering was 1 silver plate whose weight was 130 shekels, 1 silver basin of 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them full of fine flour mixed with oil for a grain offering, 1 golden dish of 10 shekels full of incense, 1 bull from the herd, 1 ram, 1 male lamb, a year old, for a burnt offering, 1 male goat for a sin offering, and for the sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 ram, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs, a year old. This was the offering of Eliasaph, the son of Deuel. Pardon me. On the 7th day, Elishama, the son of Aminadab, the chief of the people of Ephraim, his offering was 1 silver plate whose weight was 130 shekels, 1 silver basin of 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them full of fine flour mixed with oil for a grain offering, 1 golden dish of 10 shekels full of incense, 1 bull from the herd, 1 ram, 1 male lamb, a year old, for a burnt offering, 1 male goat for a sin offering, and for the sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs, a year old. This was the offering of Elishama, the son of Aminahud. On the 8th day, Gamaliel, the son of Pedahuvah, Pedazar, the chief of the people of Manasseh, his offering was 1 silver plate whose weight was 130 shekels, 1 silver basin of 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them full of fine flour, mixed with oil for a grain offering, 1 golden dish of 10 shekels, full of incense, 1 bull from the herd, 1 ram, 1 male lamb, a year old, for a burnt offering, 1 male goat for a sin offering, and for the sacrifice of peace offering, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs, a year old. This was the offering of Gamaliel, the son of Pedahzur. On the 9th day, Abidan, the son of Gideoni, the chief of the people of Benjamin, his offering was 1 silver plate whose weight was 130 shekels, 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them full of fine flour mixed with oil for a grain offering. 1 golden dish of 10 shekels, 1 bull from the herd, 1 ram, 1 male lamb a year old for a burnt offering, 1 male goat for a sin offering, and for the sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs a year old. This was the offering of Abidan, the son of Gideoni. On the 10th day, Ahiezer, the son of Ammishaddai, the chief of the people of Dan, his offering was 1 silver plate whose weight was 130 shekels, 1 silver basin of 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them full of fine flour mixed with oil for a grain offering. 1 golden dish of 10 shekels, 1 bull from the herd, 1 ram, 1 male lamb a year old for a burnt offering, 1 male goat for a sin offering, and for the sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs a year old. This was the offering of Abizar, the son of Ammishaddai. On the 7th day, Pagiel, the son of Akran, the chief of the people of Asher, his offering was 1 silver plate whose weight was 130 shekels, 1 silver basin, 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them full of fine flour for a grain offering. 1 golden dish of 10 shekels full of incense, 1 bull from the herd, 1 ram, 1 male lamb a year old for a burnt offering, 1 male goat for a sin offering, and for the sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, 5 male lambs a year old. This was the offering of Pagiel, the son of Akran. On the 12th day, Ahira, the son of Enan, the chief of the people of Naphtali, his offering was 1 silver plate whose weight was 130 shekels, 1 silver basin of 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them full of fine flour mixed with oil for a grain offering. 1 golden dish of 10 shekels full of incense, 1 bull from the herd, 1 ram, 1 male lamb a year old for a burnt offering, 1 male goat for a sin offering, and for the sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, 5 male lambs a year old. This was the offering of Ahira, the son of Enan. This was the dedication offering for the altar on the day when it was anointed from the chiefs of Israel: 12 silver plates, 12 silver basins, 12 golden dishes, each silver plate weighing 130 shekels, and each basin 70. All of the silver vessels, 2,400 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary. The 12 golden dishes full of incense weighing 10 shekels apiece, according to the shekel of the sanctuary. All the golden dishes being 120 shekels. All of the cattle for the burnt offering, 12 bulls, 12 rams, 12 male lambs a year old, and 12 male goats for a sin offering. And all of the cattle for the sacrifice of peace offerings, 24 bulls, and the rams 60, the male goats 60, and the male lambs a year old 60. This was the dedication offering for the altar after it was anointed. The tent of meeting to speak with Yahweh, he heard the voice speaking to him from above the mercy seat, testimony, from between the 2 cherubim, and it spoke to him. Judges chapter 13, verses 2 to 25. There was a certain man of Zorah, of the tribe of the Danites, whose name was Manoah. And his wife was barren, and had no children. And the angel of Yahweh appeared to the woman and said to her, Behold, you are barren and have not borne children, but you shall conceive and bear a son. Therefore be careful, and drink no wine or strong drink, and eat nothing unclean. For behold, you shall conceive and bear a son. No razor shall come upon his head, for the child shall be a Nazarite to Elohim from the womb. And he shall begin to save Israel from the hand of the Philistines. Then the woman came and told her husband, A man of Elohim came to me, and his appearance was like the appearance of the angel of Elohim. Very awesome. I did not ask him where he was from, and he did not tell me his name. But he said to me, Behold, you shall conceive and bear a son. So then, drink no wine or strong drink, and eat nothing unclean, for the child shall be a Nazarite to Elohim from the womb to the day of his death. Then Manoah prayed to Yahweh and said, O Yahweh, please let the man of Elohim whom you sent come again to us and teach us what we are to do with the child who will be born. And Elohim listened to the voice of Manoah. And the angel of Elohim came again to the woman as she sat in the field. But Manoah, her husband, was not with her. So the woman ran quickly and told her husband, Behold, the man who came to me the other day has appeared to me. And Manoah arose and went after his wife and came to the man and said to him, Are you the man who spoke to this woman? And he said, I am. And Manoah said, Now when your words come true, what is to be the child's manner of life, and what is his mission? And the angel of Yahweh said to Manoah, All that I said to the woman, let her be careful. She may not eat anything that comes from the vine. Neither let her drink wine or strong drink, or eat any unclean thing. All that I commanded her, let her observe. Manoah said to the angel of Yahweh, Please let us detain you, and prepare a young goat for you. And the angel of Yahweh said to Manoah, If you detain me, I will not eat of your food. But if you prepare a burnt offering, then offer it to Yahweh. For Manoah did not know that he was an angel of Yahweh. And Manoah said to the angel of Yahweh, What is your name? So that when your words come true, we may honor you. And the angel of Yahweh said to him, Why do you ask my name? Seeing it is wonderful. So Manoah took the young goat with the grain offering, and he offered it on the rock to Yahweh, and to the one who works wonders. And Manoah and his wife were watching. When the flame went up toward heaven from the altar, the angel of Yahweh went up in the flame of the altar. Now Manoah and his wife were watching, and they fell on their faces to the ground. The angel of Yahweh appeared no more to Manoah or his wife. Then Manoah knew that he was the angel of Yahweh. To his wife, We shall surely die, for we have seen Elohim. But his wife said to him, If Yahweh had meant to kill us, he would not have accepted a burnt offering and a grain offering at our hands, or shown us these things, or announced to us such things as these. And the woman bore a son and called his name Samson. And the young man grew, and Yahweh blessed him. And the spirit of Yahweh began to stir him in Manadan between Zorah and Eshtaol. John chapter 7, verse 53 to 8:11. Then went each to his own house, but Yeshua went to the Mount of Olives. Early in the morning he came again to the temple, and the people came to him, and he sat down and taught them. The scribes and the Pharisees brought a woman who had been caught in adultery, and placing her in the midst, they said to him, Teacher, this woman has been caught in the act of adultery. Now in the law, Moses commanded us to stone such a woman. What do you say? This they said to test him, that they might have some charge to bring against him. Yeshua bent down and wrote with his finger on the ground. And as they continued to ask him, he stood up and said to them, Let him who is without sin among you be the first to cast a stone at her. And once more he bent down and wrote on the ground. But when they heard it, they turned and went away one by one, beginning with the older ones. And Yeshua was left alone with the woman standing before him. And Yeshua stood and said to her, Woman, where are they? Has no one condemned you? And she said, No one. And he said to her, Neither do I condemn you. Go, and from now on sin no more. John chapter 11, verses 1 to 54. Now a certain man was ill, Lazarus of Bethany, and the village of Mary and her sister Martha. It was Mary who anointed Yeshua with ointment and wiped his feet with her hair, whose brother Lazarus was ill. So the sisters sent to him, saying, Yeshua, he whom you love is ill. But when Yeshua heard it, he said, The illness does not lead to death. It is for the glory of Elohim, so that the Son of Elohim may be glorified through it. Now Yeshua loved Martha and her sister and Lazarus. Lazarus was ill. He stayed 2 days longer in the place where he was. And then after this, he said to his disciples, "Let us go to Judea again." The disciples said to him, "Rabbi, the Jews were just now seeking to stone you, and you are going to there again?" Yeshua answered, "Are there not 12 hours in a day? If anybody walks in the day, he does not stumble, because he has the light of this world. But if anybody walks in the night, he stumbles because the light is not in him." After saying these things to them, "Our friend Lazarus has fallen asleep, but I go to awaken him." The disciples said to him, "Yeshua, if he has fallen asleep, he will recover." Now Yeshua had spoken of his death, but they thought that he meant he was taking rest in sleep. Then Yeshua told them plainly, "Lazarus has died. For his sake, I'm glad that I was not there, so that you may believe. But let us go to him." So Thomas, called the twin, said to his fellow disciples, "Let us also go, that we may die with him." Now when Yeshua came, he found Lazarus had already been in the tomb 4 days. Bethany was near Jerusalem, about 2 miles off, and many of the Jews had come to Martha and Mary to console them concerning their brother. So when Martha heard that Yeshua was coming, she went to meet him. But Mary remained seated in the house. Martha said to Yeshua, "Yeshua, had you been here, my brother would not have died. But even now I know that whatever you ask from Elohim, Elohim will give you." Yeshua said to her, "Your brother will rise again. I know that he will rise again in the resurrection on the last day." Yeshua said to her, "I am the resurrection and the life. Whoever believes in me, though he die, yet shall he live. And everyone who lives and believes in me shall never die. Do you believe this?" She said to him, "Yes, Yeshua, I believe that you are HaMashiach, the Son of Elohim, who is coming into the world." When she had said this, she went and called her sister Mary, saying in private, "The Master is here and is calling for you." When she heard it, she arose quickly and went to him. Now Yeshua had not come yet into the village, but was still in the place where Martha had met him. When the Jews who were with her in the house, consoling her, saw Mary rise quickly and go, they followed her, supposing that she was going to the tomb to weep there. Now when Mary came to where Yeshua was and saw him, she fell at his feet, saying to him, "Yeshua, if you had been here, my brother would not have died." When Yeshua saw her weeping, and the Jews who had come with her also weeping, he was deeply moved, and in his spirit he was greatly troubled. And he said, "Where have you laid him?" And they said to him, "Yeshua, come and see." Yeshua wept. So the Jews said, "See how he loved him." But some said, "Could not he who opened the eyes of a blind man also have kept this man from dying?" Then Yeshua, deeply moved again, came to the tomb, and it was a cave, and a stone laid against it. And Yeshua said, "Take away the stone." Martha, the sister of the dead man, said to him, "Yeshua, by this time there will be an odor, for he has been dead 4 days." Yeshua said to her, "Did I not tell you that if you believe, you would see the glory of Elohim?" So they took away the stone, and Yeshua lifted up his eyes and said, "Father, I thank you that you have heard me. I knew that you always hear me, but I say this on account of the people standing around, that they may believe that you sent me." When he had said these things, he cried out with a loud voice, "Lazarus, come out!" And the man who had died came out, his hands and feet bound with linen straps, and his face wrapped with a cloth. Yeshua said to them, "Unbind him and let him go." Many of the Jews, therefore, who had come with Mary and had seen what he did, believed in him. But some of them went to the Pharisees and told what Yeshua had done. So the chief priests and Pharisees gathered the council and said, "For this man performs many signs. If we let him go on like this, everyone will believe in him. And the Romans will come and take away both our place and our nation." But one of them, called Caiaphas, who was high priest that year, said to them, "You know nothing at all, nor do you understand that it is better for you that one man should die for the people, not that the whole nation should perish." He did not say this of his own accord, but being the high priest that year, that Yeshua would die for the whole nation, and not for the nation only, but also to gather into one the children of Elohim, to gather into Echad, the children of Elohim who are scattered abroad. So from that day on, they made plans to put him to death. Yeshua therefore no longer walked openly among the Jews, but went from there to the region near the wilderness, a town called Ephraim. And there he stayed with his disciples. 1 verses 17 to 32. When we had come to Jerusalem, the brothers received us gladly. On the following day, Paul went in with us to James, and all the elders were present. After greeting them, he related one by one the things that Elohim had done among the Gentiles, who had believed through his ministry. And when they heard it, they glorified Elohim, and they said to him, "You see, brother, how many thousands there are among the Jews, and of those who have believed. They are all zealous for the law. And they have been told about you that you teach all the Jews who are among the Gentiles to forsake Moses, telling them not to circumcise their children or to walk according to our customs. What then is to be done? They will certainly hear that you have come. Do therefore what we tell you. We have 4 men who are under a vow. Take these men and purify yourself along with them, and pay their expenses, so that they may shave their heads. Thus all will know what they have said and been told about you, but that you yourself also live in observance of the law." But as for the Gentiles who have believed, we have sent a letter with our judgment, that they should abstain from what has been sacrificed to idols, from blood, and from what has been strangled, and from sexual immorality. Then Paul took the men, and the next day he purified himself along with them, and went into the temple, giving notice when the days of the purification would be fulfilled, and the offering presented for each one of them. They were almost complete. The Jews from Asia, seeing him in the temple, stirred up the crowd and laid hands on him, crying out, "Men of Israel, help!" Teaching everyone everywhere against the people and the law and this place. Moreover, he even brought Greeks into the temple and has defiled this holy place. Previously seen Trophimus and Ephesian with him in the city, and they supposed that Paul had brought him into the temple. Trophimus the Ephesian. Then all the city was stirred up, and the people ran together, and they seized Paul, and they dragged him out of the temple, and at once the gates were shut. And as they were seeking to kill him, word came to the tribune of the cohort that all of Jerusalem was in confusion. He at once took soldiers and centurions and ran down to them, and when they saw the tribune of soldiers, they stopped beating Paul. That concludes our parasha readings for this evening, and we'll pray us out. Baruch atah Adonai Yahuwah Eloheinu, natan lanu v'shayei alom natan. Baruch atah Adonai Yahuwah B'Shem Yeshua, Amen. Yahweh, our God, sovereign King of the universe, you gave us the Torah of truth, life in our midst. Blessed are you of the Torah in Yeshua's name. I've got to do something about that. I don't have feet for them. I don't know what happened to them. I kept them all, but apparently they're gone. So this is galvanized at the same time, and I'll make little legs for us so I can't keep falling. All right, Shabbat Shalom, everyone.